from Boston with your family's church, and then you moved to Oklahoma, and then you moved all the way here to North Carolina, where you knew no one, and you just took a chance and just came down here. I believe you said that like at the time your wife was pregnant?
No.
Oh, she wasn't?
She had just had the boys. The boys were like 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
You moved, and like, to me, that seems like a lot of change and a lot of risk taken and a lot of just trust at that time, especially to come down south where even the church culture is different, not just even the living culture.
Sure.
How did you adapt to that change?
How did I leave Boston and then go to Oklahoma, and then leave Oklahoma and then come to North Carolina, places I didn't live at all, and how did I deal with that change? Well, the common denominator in all of that is faith, and what you believe, and what the measure you use is measured unto you. God meets me at my measure of faith, okay? It's one of the most basic, fundamental, but one of the hardest things for any individual believer or pastor or anyone to grasp, okay? That Jairus comes to Jesus and says, I need you to come pray for my daughter. And Jesus says, okay, let's go. On the way there, the one with the issue of blood sees Jesus and says, ooh, there's Jesus. If I touch him, I'll be healed. That's her measure. Now, Jairus' measure is come to the house. Her measure is if I touch him. She could have said, if I see him, I'll be healed. But that's not what she said. She said, if I touch him, I'll be healed. So she got to press her way through the crowd and touch him. Jesus says, who touched me? Notice that Jairus doesn't say, oh, shoot, let me just touch you and my daughter will be healed. No, he has a different measure. His measure is for Jesus to come to the house. They come and say, hey, don't even bother Jesus anymore. Your daughter's dead. Leave him alone. Jesus says, well, your measure was for me to come to the house. Let's go to the house. Let's meet your measure. Goes to the house, raises the girl from the dead. Centurion says, I don't deserve for you to come to my house. Just speak the word, and my servant will be healed. It's what the measure you use is measured unto you. I was in Boston. I came to the understanding that I don't have to be in Boston for God to use me. That's faith. So when I went to Oklahoma and I got there and found out that the same God that was with me in Boston is the same God that is with me in Oklahoma. Once I really found that out and had evidence of it and really saw it, my faith went to another level. And if I can go to Oklahoma, then I can go anywhere.